Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all ages. We good? We got audio? Look at that. We got audio. I think we have echo on too. Yeah, we do. We have echo. We have the voice of God echoing, booming through. I am the Old Humble Guy. This is the Old Humble Distilling Company's Pandemic Studio. We're doing this kind of old school, the way we used to do it way back in the day. Still working the bugs out, getting the StreamYard out of mothballs and testing, running it through the phases and test to see what it can do still, if it can, if my computer can hack it, moving my camera around live on camera there. You can see some of the paraphernalia from the distillery. I've got my hat, my sword, my barrel. What is this? Oh, that's a filing system thing. Got my bottles here behind me. In fact, I'm going to turn on my weed lamp there. My historical bottles here behind me with our special reserve, our Boomtown Bourbon Special Reserve, Double Oak Rye, and award-winning, all of these are award-winning straight whiskey. In fact, the only one that hasn't won an award is the Boomtown Bourbon, because I haven't sent it off to an awards program yet. This is our Sunday night show. It's an opportunity to look back on the last week and appreciate what we've done. Look forward to the next week with excitement and anticipation. Kind of make plans for what it is. I'll put the link down there from down over wherever the hell the link shows up for y'all, so y'all can come join me for the show. And you can get your 15 minutes to talk about what you enjoyed this week, what you look forward to next week. And you know, just really get yourself set up for the upcoming days. Let me see if I can fix this. Do this light too. That better? That works. Yeah, that's good. A little bit of light. Yeah, a little bit of light's good. Not too much, because if you see too much of me, it might scare you off. You can see up here in the my upper left-hand corner of the screen, it is powered by StreamYard. That's because I have not renewed my subscription for StreamYard, because around this time last year, StreamYard started acting like a pile of crap. But I think I've solved the problem with StreamYard at this point. This is the second show I've done with StreamYard since, this month. I did the Thanksgiving episode last week. We're doing another Thanksgiving episode this week because I thought that would be a good thing to do. And I think this is what happened with StreamYard, why it started acting like a piece of crap. I added a new monitor, a big monitor to my setup. So I've got my laptop here, which is a 14-inch monitor. Then I got a nice, good size monitor over here. I guess this is probably 26 inches, 27 inches, something like that. And it is, it's beautiful because I can see stuff and I can do my editing, and I have everything like laid out, and I can move things to both screens, and it's great. But with the extra graphic space, doing YouTube in the background, plus StreamYard in the foreground, plus chat, plus OBS, plus all the other stuff, it was problematic. My graphics card was not having a very good time rendering everything. So I had to double check my audio there, make sure everything was going good. So StreamYard and Chrome and everything was just having a hard time keeping up. But now I think I've solved that problem, because I've got my laptop screen off. This is the only screen running. In fact, I think if I run this screen only, it works even better. But you know, there you go. We'll make it work. We'll make it work, and then we'll. So what I was doing during the pandemic, back in 2020, we had a series of probably at least 50 interviews during 2020 and early 2021 of performers who didn't have their stages. They had time on their hands, so they came and talked with me. I got Alyssa Kapinski from Velocipaster to come on the show. I got Tanya Rogers, who now works with NASA. At the time, she was just a doctoral student and studying. She was studying life support systems in low Earth orbit. I got Raptor Gaming, a dude from I believe he lives up in Wisconsin, who is a big time gamer on the YouTubes, to come on the show with me. and talk through things. I got Ryan Adam Wells, Jeff Bush, not Jeff Bush. Yeah, Jeff Bush, that's his name. JB Zay. There's a whole bunch of people to come on the show perform. Emma Dilemma, Tifa Tiddlywinks, burlesque performers. I got Slade Ham, Rob Mungle. I got one of the voice actors from Panzer. What was it? It was a Japanese anime, Panzer High School or something like that. Got her to come on the show. I think she does a voice in Hello Kitty. Not Hello Kitty. Sailor Moon. She has one of the voices on Sailor Moon too. Just a great time. So I'm going to try and do that again. This is a great format with StreamYard. It's nice and stable, but when it's not stable, the interview sucks. But StreamYard's a nice and stable format. You get one person over here, one person over here. You can put an overlay on it and do your interview, and it's a great interview. The problem was back in 2020, I didn't know how to run a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel sucked. Nobody watched. I had very few subscribers. I had very few viewers. I had very little watch time. And even as I got subscribers, I had very few watch hours on my show. So very few people were watching at the same time. You know, those old interviews, 20, 30 views, not a whole lot of views. Our live happy hours that we're doing now get much, much, much more engagement, which I thoroughly enjoy. It makes for a better show because I can tell my stories. I can go off chat and talk to y'all, and we can do all the stuff. Like, for example, Enrique in the house here. Thanks. I do. Thank you. I hope I got this. The plan is to actually have this as we go into the future. And that is, if you look at the thumbnail, it says Project 360. That's actually the next project that I'm working on now. Cheers, Art by Sparkle. Glad you're in the house too. And welcome back. Excuse me. So Project 360 is the second phase of my monetization project. So the first phase of the monetization project was to just straight up improve the channel, get more views on the channel. Because here what the logic was, in April, we were going to start doing live bands at the distillery and broadcasting those live bands every Friday. The idea was to have people at the distillery plus the bands, and then while the people were at the distillery, we could take the distillery out to the webs, and we could have people on the webs watching the people performing at the distillery, right? Brilliant idea, right? Well, it wouldn't do any good to tell bands that we'll be streaming their performance if nobody's watching the performance. So I had to do the things to earn eyeballs on my channel and earn viewers so that my performers and interviews and all the other stuff could get the views on the channel. So that was the first project. I launched it back in February, Valentine's Day, February 15th. We were going to go through. The goal was to take my channel from that had earned all of 40,000 views over 6 years to 100,000 views by the end of this year. That was the goal. And if we look at the analytics on my channel now, which I can do on StreamYard, I can pull up my analytics. We can share that screen right now. Share screen. I think it'll work if it's just me. Cheers, sunflowers. If it's just me, I think it'll work. If I have Chrome tab, that's the one. Channelytics. There it is. If I pull up my Channelytics, see if this works. I'm still nervous about doing this. I know I can do it if it's just me, but if I have like another, I'm seeing the unstable connection, but I am plugged into the wall, so unstable connection's a lie. We add this to the stream. There it is. Channel got, you can see 140,000 views in the last 28 days. So where my goal was 100,000 views by the end of the year, I've now managed to get 140,000 in the last 28 days. So I've achieved my goal. And if we set this up to 02-14, from the beginning of the project to today, apply that, we've done 404,963 views. And this is where we started, February 14th. You can see the difference. Nothing, 32, 44, 34. Oop, that was a big day right there. What was that, 100 and something? 118 right there? 115? Yeah, we had a big day here. It was 2,000. Had a big day here, 3,000. And then skadoosh. What's this one? We got up here 26,000. Yeah. So, like on average, we're getting somewhere 150 back here in the spring time, 150, 400, 1,000, 1,600. Those are good days. Here, now start figuring the shit out. Now we're getting 2,100, 2,600, 1,000. The need people to see my channel thing. And I've relied heavily on shorts to do it. Getting the views through shorts, but also here was the net result right over here. Subscribers that have arrived since I started focusing on this, focusing on just getting views, just getting people to see the channel, just getting in front of eyeballs, earning views, earning viewers. It has resulted in a significant bump in subscribers. And if we look at the time period prior to, so 692 since February this year, lifetime altogether, lifetime altogether is 1227. And this is where if this wasn't a better example of how badly I was doing my channel, October 20, when did I start? October 2014 is when I started. Nothing. I didn't put videos out. We didn't do anything. This was paid advertisement at the end of December 2019. That was paid advertisement views, and then nothing, very little, all the way through 2020, 2021. This is when I was doing shows twice a week, almost every week through 2020 and into 2021. Yeah. So I'm very thankful for the outcome of the 100,000 views project. I think I've cracked this code, solved this problem. We're going to stop sharing this channel stop sharing that page for a little while. Cheers, Sunflowers. Welcome to the show. I don't know if I said that already. Thank you for joining me. But now the next part of the project is Project 360. And this is what Project 360 is about. It is the monetization part. Share this screen. We're going to go over to the Chrome tab. The channel monetization. That's the next phase. So we've already done this part. Step 1, 12, the 1,000 subscriber requirement. Add it. I haven't added it yet. Add it in. Make it bigger. Yeah. So up here, the 1,000 subscriber requirement. We've done that here. We've done this 1,000 subscriber. We passed that number back in, I think, end of, maybe it was September or whatever. So now I get to fight the kangaroo. I've got the video for the fight setups. I'm going to record it this week. I'm going to call the Civic Center to make sure we can secure the Civic Center. If we can't secure the Civic Center, we'll do it at the distillery. And then I'm going to call the animal handlers and see if we can't get that done. Now, the next part of Project 360, of course, is getting 360 hours of watch time per month. Right now, we started off at, I think we started the month off at like 1750. We started the month off somewhere in the neighborhood of 1750. So we've gone from 17. Did I take a picture of it? I can't remember. I can't remember if I have that, if I actually have a screenshot of that. I had it on last week's show, so y'all can go back to last week if you want to see. Can't remember. But we had, I think 1650 is where we were at, where I was at the beginning of the month. So we've added, or 1750. So we've added 50. I'd like to knock, I think tonight, I feel safe that we'll be able to push it up over 1,800 tonight. But the goal, of course, is to get this up to 4,000. And if you get to 4,000 divided by 12, that's 300 and something, a little bit less, like 320, somewhere in that neighborhood. I rounded it up to 360. 360 hours of watch time per month. And the shorts don't count. So my job over the next 3 or 4 months is to figure out how to get the number from wherever it was last month, what I think was a net 70 something hours. It wasn't a lot. Get that number up. What is that? 5-fold from 70 something up to 360. Got to move it up 5 times. I don't know how to do that. I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't cracked that code yet, but that is the next, that's the next thing. That's the next goal. That's the next project. That's what I'm working on now. And we'll get that up there. I have full confidence that I'll get it up there. I don't know how I'll get it up there. Maybe I'll put some, Cialis or some Viagra in my live streams. I'm not sure. To get it up. Get it? Haha, funny. I'm such a fucking idiot. But yeah, so that's what I'm thankful for this year. I'm for the channel in the YouTube world. I'm thankful for that. Professionally, the distillery, we had another year of, every year you survive as a small business is a year you can be thankful for. We get another at bat in December. We'll have another at bat in January. We'll have another at bat in February. Our bourbon comes online. We're selling the bourbon. The bourbon is coming through, going out the door. It's a very exciting time to be a distiller here in the state of Texas. And very exciting time to be a distiller at the Old Humble Distilling Company. So as this bourbon starts to move, I'm getting more and more and more excited about that. Easy Street with Jen has joined the party. Cheers, Jen. So yeah, I'm very, as a small business owner, owning the Old Humble Distilling Company. We made it through the pandemic, which was terrifying and scary. We're on the other side now of the pandemic. We're getting our feet back under us. We're growing. I'm seeing the opportunity now where we can build out our tasting room, start having regular hours and people coming into the shop. The blue pills are not. You're old. Watching you shave. It's not going to be watching you shave. It'll be staring back at the floor. I'm not taking the blue pill. The stream's going to take the blue pill. We got to get the stream up, not me. I'm fine. Jesus Christ, Dustin. Well, see, that's just the thing, Jen. The shorts don't go to the monos. I mean, you got to have like 10 million views on shorts or something like that. I'm nowhere near that. I'll pass 500,000 this year. And most of that will be from shorts. But to get 10 million, I mean, I don't know, man. To pop 10, I mean, I haven't even put thought into what 10 million views would look like as far as each video, as far as, I mean, I know the math. Obviously, you can do the math, right? Whatever, 30 shorts a month divided by 10 million views, 12 months of, blah, blah. You can do the math, right? I can't even begin to think about that because we are so far away from that. That is not even a thing. I'm more worried about, I'm more worried about hitting the singles and hitting the doubles, moving the runner over from second to third, collecting the runs, doing the basic things, doing the small ball stuff to make a good channel and make a good viewer experience, right? That's what I'm focused on. I'm focused on that like a crazy person. And then all the other stuff will come together. I'm not worried about it because, all the other stuff comes together, just like with the distillery. I focus on the small stuff. You focus on the process. You trust the process. You trust the plan. And if something's not working, you change course. If something is working, you do more of it. And that's how you do it in business. That's how you do it in the videos. That's how you do it in all the stuff. My nose itches. This is crazy. I am going to have to shave this damn beard because my nose is itching. Something has gotten into my nose, and it's not the cocaine. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, you trust the process. You optimize your videos. You make good videos. You do all that stuff. Optimization, I thought, was a key to the thing, but it turns out everybody else is optimizing too. So optimization doesn't work. Optimization only fails. If you don't optimize, then you're behind the curve of everyone else. Unless you have viewers already coming to your content. So, Mr. Beast doesn't have to optimize. The Raptor doesn't have to optimize. He's already optimized. He's Raptor. Laserbeam doesn't have to optimize. Luke the Notable, he doesn't have to optimize. They're already optimized. They have people coming to them already. The small guys, we gotta figure it out. We only have 1,200 people plus the people connected to them. We've got to work hard to get fresh eyeballs on our stuff. We have to earn those views. And me, I don't have certain things working on my behalf. So I have to be funny or interesting or nice or entertaining or something, because I don't have certain assets or breast sets working on my behalf. So yeah, you focus on the small things, you focus on the process, you focus on everything else, and then everything just kind of comes together. Um, there it is. There it is. Large chested woman in a crop top to stand behind you and do as you do it. Yeah. See, I don't have those resources available to me, unfortunately. Uh, so there's hi to everybody. Did I see somebody else pop in that I see sunflowers is there? Yeah, but so yeah, that's I mean that's where that's where we're at. Trust the process, do the things. Um, yeah, and I said early on in the process that I was skeptical of shorts because I thought it would help the sub count, but not necessarily help engagement further down the line. It wouldn't help with the hours. It wouldn't help with the viewers. It wouldn't. But I'm it's proving me wrong because I think we're getting some trickle over from our subs viewers to our main content viewers, and I'm now working on content to bridge the gap, or at least I'm thinking about content to bridge that gap. I posted up a video a couple days ago, early last week. The deep thoughts from the distillery. What's on your mind, boss? Well, expanding universe, blah blah blah, that shit. I'll do another something like that. I like doing videos like that. Just I'd rather be able to do something in a single take. Do something here at the where I'm like working and it's my camera and I could just like, what? Here's the thing about, and I could just go off and that's it. Go back to your coffee, enjoy your day, talk to you later, bye. Just a quick little minute and a half, 2 minute, whatever vignette. That's what I'm working on. That's what I've got a notebook full of ideas. I just need to figure out how to execute it and execute it right. But we'll figure it out. Like I said, trust the process, figure it out, do the thing. I feel like there's a sweet spot of minute to 5 minute, probably closer to a minute than 5 minute, as far as the content goes. But I've got to work that through and figure that out. So there you go. You want to do shorts, but you have a moral code. If I make a vertical video, that is fair. That is fair. Yeah. Collaborations help too. Yeah, collaborations help all the time. Yeah. No, the trivia is fun. It's a fun diversion. It's entertaining. It keeps people around. It helps with the chat engagement. It lights up. Trivia is a fun thing to do. I thoroughly enjoy the trivia. Also, I want to get back to doing the interview shows because I like doing the interviews, even if it's just a 30-minute interview. If I can trick some ding dong into coming to talk to me for 30 minutes, to talk to this ding dong for 30 minutes, that would be great. The longer form, hour and a half, 2-hour interviews, those can go a really long time. And it's tough to do a 2-hour interview with people because, they need to block out time of their day. But I don't have any problem. I mean, I can talk to somebody for 30 minutes pretty quick. Just hell, it takes 15 minutes just to find out who you are and what you're doing. If you're interesting and you like what you're doing, it takes at least that long because they're going to tell you all about what they do. We had a dancer from New York, a stage dancer from New York come in to the show, into the Pandemic Studio virtually. And, New York was shut down and she was not on stage, not doing the shows, but she had converted. She was doing live shows for pay-per-view live shows. She was doing training and teaching and doing all kinds of cool stuff. Hell, Steve Hostetter did that with comedy. He opened up a virtual stage for him and his comedians and was doing all kinds of cool. There's all kinds of people. If you ask them what they do, if they're interesting people and they like what they do, it takes them 15 minutes to explain it. And I love that. I absolutely love that for people. But yeah, I want to get back to doing that because I thought that was interesting. And I thought that was fun. It was just, a challenge to get people to watch. I mean, some of them had 20, 30, 40 views. Some of them had 60, 70, 80. No, I think 65 was probably the highest views, 65 or 75. And I think that was Molly. I can't remember her last name, but she was a horror movie blogger. I might get her back on the show, talk about some stuff coming out, because she blogs about movies that I like to watch. So there you go. But now with doing this with StreamYard, I can do that. I can bring these interviews in and have people just sit here and talk about the stuff they do. Square Table Degenerates does that. I like doing that. It's a great way to meet interesting people, and they don't have to leave their house to do it. It works out great for everybody. Yeah, so there you go. No, only heard of Mr. Everybody's heard of Mr. Beast. That doesn't count. Mistakenly filmed longer vids. Yeah. In fact, most of my shorts are reaction videos, so I don't even record them. I just record them within the app, within the YouTube app. So I don't even have them on my phone. They just go straight to YouTube. So it works out good for everybody. You do a show that highlights why eating food from Arby's proves your hunger is stronger than. That is a great fucking suggestion. In fact, they did a skit on Saturday Night Live this weekend. They're like, Arby's, five burger or 5 sandwiches for $10, and they're like, how do you even do 5 sandwiches for $10? Like that is 5 sandwiches would be a quarter pound each. That's over a pound of roast beef for $10. A pound of roast beef already costs $11. How do you do 5 sandwiches for $10? How is that even possible? Where do you get your meat? What are you doing? How is this even? So, and as I'm watching this, I'm thinking a great tagline for a commercial from Arby's is, Arby's, don't ask questions. And there's so many fast food restaurants can have that same tag. Taco Bell, you don't want to know where the food comes from. Just eat it, you fucking pig. In-N-Out, we know what you're doing in the dark. Just go ahead and eat it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Whataburger, you're not coming here at 3:00 because of good life decisions. Just eat the food. Oh, Lord Almighty. Binder full. No, it's not a binder full of women. Oh, Lord. That was a great line, though, when Mitt Romney said, yeah, we've got a binder full of women. You dingus. Anyway, better adjustable clamps can be a pain for cooking videos. That's another one that I want. I want to do more cocktail videos. I want to do more because there's great cocktails that you can make. I mean, hell, I talked in a short just yesterday about doing a simple syrup with candy. Yeah, because anything made of high fructose corn syrup can be turned into a simple syrup. Sugar plus water equals simple syrup. That's it. You know what else is made of sugar? Candy. High fructose corn syrup is literally sugar, and that's what's in your candy. If you boil a peanut butter cup, you get peanut butter cup simple syrup, chocolate peanut butter simple syrup. You know what you can do with chocolate peanut butter simple syrup other than eat it with a spoon? Put it in old fashioned. Make a great old fashioned. Take those Andes mints, melt them in boiling water, boil it down into a simple syrup. Now you've got chocolate peppermint simple syrup. And what do you do with chocolate peppermint simple syrup? Whatever the fuck you want, my friend. That is a delicious simple syrup. If you like that sort of thing. If you don't like that sort of thing, I mean, you're still some kind of monster, but that's fine. Bun and horsey sauce is the best thing. Yeah, the horsey sauce is absolutely what makes Arby's edible. Although I do douse it with the Arby's sauce to go with the horsey sauce. The Ghost Kid. No, Mr. Beast is like one of the most famous. I think he has like the most valuable YouTube channel in the history of the universe or some shit like that. Jen, don't ask questions about the meat coming from Arby's. But yeah, Mr. Beast, I think he was offered $1 billion to change platforms. And he's like, no, why would I do that? I make all my money on YouTube. Why the fuck would I? I'm already making $1 billion or whatever he's making. He's banking. I mean, I like Arby's too. Don't get me wrong. I'll eat it. I will 100% eat it. But yeah, I'll feel shame. Just like Taco Bell. I'll shit on Taco Bell every day, all day long. But I still like Taco Bell. You know what I won't eat? I won't eat Chipotle. I will not eat Chipotle. Why? Because I have a little bit of self-control and a little bit of what's it called? Pride in myself. Yeah, I'm not completely shameless. I'll eat. I will skip Chipotle, and mostly because it's just McDonald's burritos, but also because of all the. I mean, they had a whole like salmonella dysentery thing, and like they shut it down, and all the restaurants got cleaned, and then they opened back up, and then bam, people are shitting out of the blowing holes in the back of their toilets again. It was like diarrhea, cleaned it up. Diarrhea is like, no, 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 no. If I want diarrhea, I have plenty of ways I can get diarrhea without going to Chipotle and choking down one of those disgusting fucking burritos that they're selling from McDonald's. I can do anything that I want that doesn't require Chipotle to get diarrhea. I don't have to go to Chipotle to do it. There are better options, way better options of getting diarrhea than going to Chipotle. Chipotle's the type of burrito that you buy once and you pay for days after you buy it. It is no, it is no, absolutely not. There are lines that I draw, and that is one. Now, Mission Burrito makes plenty good burritos here in the Houston area. They make plenty good burritos. I just don't like their black beans. Chipotle, I'm sure they make perfectly good McDonald's burritos, but I don't like diarrhea, so I'm not buying Chipotle burritos. Freebirds makes a far superior burrito than either one of them, and you don't get diarrhea from it. So my preferred burrito of choice, fast food joint that relatively fast food that makes literally the perfect burrito is Freebirds. And if you want the perfect burrito, that is the place you would go. If you can't make it yourself, that is the place to go to get the perfect burrito. It's Freebirds. I don't know if they have in your state. They used to be just Texas based, but they are delicious, delightful, fantastic place to go eat. Their hot sauce is on point, not too hot, not too sweet. It's on point. Their burritos are compact and sturdy, and they don't fall apart, and you can eat them, and it is great, and you do not get diarrhea from it. So it's already, they have refried beans, which makes them better than Mission Burrito, and they do not make you have diarrhea, which makes them better than Chipotle. So there you go. There you go. What else do you want? What else do you want? Nothing. That's what you want. But yeah, I'll eat Taco Bell. I'll eat Arby's. I'll shit on them both because, they are what they are. Let's not be under any delusions that this is fine dining. This is like some kind of mystery meat shit that goes in a roll and you eat it and you're like, I don't know where it comes from, but I'm eating it. We have the meats. It's in air quotes. Taco Bell. There was a period in time where Taco Bell, they had the employees licking the taco shells, and they were licking the outside of the taco shells, and it was all scandal. And oh my god, they put it on social media. They're like you people know what they put inside the taco shells, right? Like you're upset about what's on the outside of the taco shell. Like you know what's on the inside, right? That's like grade C meat. That's the stuff that they couldn't sell at grocery stores. Like it goes restaurant, grocery store, Taco Bell. Double A, B, Taco Bell. And that B meat kind of goes like to dog food plants and shit like that. And then like the C meat comes to Taco Bell. I'm open for I'm open for sponsorships, Taco Bell and Arby's. Hit me up, boys. Let me catch up on chat, then I'll drop the link down. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Goddamn right. Well, I mean, yeah, I have kids, so I always have candy laying around. We have 2-year-old Halloween candy, and we're about to get a fresh set of candy for Christmas, and then on comes Easter. We get fresh loads of candy coming through the house. But they have candy at the Walgreens and the CVS and the Walmart and the Kroger's, and you've got grocery stores nearby that have candy. Don't even front. Think Media is a fantastic resource. It is an absolutely fantastic resource, and I think They were one of the resources that I used. There was one other that I used, but most of the resources you use that talk about increasing sub counts start with the wrong question. They just start with how do you increase sub counts, but they never actually ask you why do you want to increase your sub count. And when I finally found somebody who asked that question, that's when I came to the conclusion that I wasn't terribly worried about the sub count itself. I was more worried about just the channel exposure and getting views because, as you might guess, views generate, well, the more views you get, the more unique viewers you have. The more unique viewers you have, the more of a market you have out of those unique viewers to get new subscribers. You don't necessarily want your subscribers to watch more. That's fine. But if your goal is to get more subscribers, you don't want your subscribers to watch more of your stuff. You want new people to watch more of your. I mean, you want your subscribers to always watch more stuff. That's why we have our subscriber appreciation Sunday talk. But you also want new viewers. That's where you get your new subscribers. The more new viewers, the more new subscribers. So the more views you get in general, the more new viewers you're going to have. The more new viewers, the greater chance of getting subscribers. So if you have, 1,000 new viewers or 10,000 new viewers or 50,000 new viewers, chances are you're going to get new subscribers. And in my case, I had 404,000 new views that yielded 600 and something new subscribers. So there you are. I don't know if that math holds up. I don't know if that math is good, but it works. It worked for me. So there you go. Speak of Mr. Beast, or way too many of their. Yeah, they do have burgers. I saw that, the Mr. Beast burger. And I had a short today where they took a Mr. Beast burger and put it in a blender to make a paste and put the paste. It was a Mr. Beast burger butter. And they put the burger butter on the steak that they cooked. And I didn't watch the whole thing because I thought that was weird. But, horsey simple syrup. Horseradish simple syrup would go for a Bloody Mary. And I had a Bloody Mary. What was it the other night? I think it was Wednesday night. I did the Bloody Mary, and I hate Bloody Marys. They taste like shit. I'm going to try one more Bloody Mary that with just the V8, Worcestershire, and a dash of Tabasco. Just a simple, basic black pepper. Simple, basic, old school Bloody Mary. Not using a Bloody Mary mix, not using any of that shit. Just basic, simple V8 tomato juice, Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco, little ground pepper, and that's it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Give it one more try. And after that, I will never drink another. If it tastes like shit, I will never drink another Bloody Mary again. I have yet to find one of those that are not just absolutely awful. Ugh. I'm not even gonna read that. I'll let y'all read that. I'm gonna wait, give y'all a second to read that. Okay. All right. I respectfully disagree, and I'm sure they don't have diarrhea with their food anymore. But how many times is acceptable, right? I mean, I'm sure they've got that all under control. And I'm sure it's probably been 10 years since people have blown out the back of their toilets with Chipotle. But yeah, they had their chance. I'm done. I'm not gonna try them. I'm done with them. A good medium rare burger, whether it was Wagyu style or not. I order oysters with a side of horseradish. Oh, I like the horseradish with oysters is good. I really do like oysters. I haven't had them in a while. I have a good story, Thanksgiving story about food poisoning where we had people vomiting and crapping in a beach house. Beach house in Galveston with 13 people. Food poisoning among a dozen of us. One person avoided it. 12 of us got food poisoning. There were 4 bathrooms for 12 people with food poisoning, vomiting, and pooping. It was delightful. Absolutely delightful. Ugh. Qdoba is better. Just like Five Guys is better. Five Guys makes fantastic burgers. I love Five Guys burgers. Yeah, absolutely love Five Guys burgers. They've just about priced themselves out of the Feeding Joe market, but their burgers are absolutely unbelievable. Subs happy and growing channel. That's right. Yeah. I mean, you got to do a little bit of both. And I didn't want to. I haven't abandoned the stuff that I've been doing. I've just added new stuff, and I know there's plenty more stuff that I can do. And we'll just keep at it. We'll keep growing and keep doing more stuff and try and continue to do more and new interesting stuff. Mike Carrier has joined the party. Cheers, Mike. Don't forget you can always find us on Twitter, Insta, Facebook, TikTok, and all the social media places. So there you go. As long as we still have Twitter, I'll be on Twitter. That would be an interesting topic to talk about. Because when I worked at Carriage, the funeral services industry consolidator that I worked for, the CEO always talked about building a company that was more valuable, than what you could afford to pay for it. And by that, he meant that you built a culture of excellence within the company, that the company did a thing, right? It did a thing that you could only monetize by being that company. You couldn't come in from the outside and capture that monetized value, right? So the theory at Carriage was that they didn't just buy funeral homes and cemeteries in order to clean up their balance sheet and make more sales and then turn them around and flip them for a profit. They wanted to buy good properties that they could run and add value to their bottom line, so that the philosophy in the company was do better every year, so that people couldn't afford to buy it, because if they bought it, the acquisition would be an act of demolishing value in the company, because the value in the company was the people in the company and the management team, the philosophy in the company, the culture in the company. And if you buy it and replace them, then you've destroyed the value in the company, because now you've just bought all the assets. You haven't bought the company. Does that make sense? That should make sense. And that there are certain companies that have succeeded in doing that. And the way you know that they succeeded in doing that is because they got bought, and then the value of the company was demolished and plummeted. For example, when MySpace sold to Fox, and the value of MySpace plummeted completely, because the value of MySpace was what MySpace was, and they were getting their asses beat. They were in the process of getting their asses beat, but that defeat was iced in and sealed in when they sold to another company that didn't really understand the value of a social media network. And I think most social media networks are probably like that. They can go public and they can stay public, but I don't think they can get acquired. Facebook acquired Instagram and pulled it off, but that's because Facebook was still public and was able to integrate Instagram into Facebook's philosophy and methodology of collecting as much private data as they possibly could from people and using it to sell advertisements, because that's ultimately what it is, right? When Tumblr sold to Yahoo, value of Tumblr was demolished. When when AOL sold to Yahoo, I think it was, whoever AOL sold, it just demolished the value. There's companies that I'm having trouble thinking of a company in the private sector that's done that, because usually when companies merge, it's either a really good merger or it's a really bad merger. When HP and Compaq merged, that was a perfect example. When HP and Compaq merged, Compaq had value, intrinsic value. Its innovative value, its value was its innovation, and that innovation came from the people inside of Compaq. But then when HP came and bought Compaq, the value of Compaq just got demolished, because Compaq was no longer this innovation factory that was creating the first compact computers, which is what brought Compaq to the front. You fucking kids probably have no idea what Compaq is, or Compaq was, but that was a good example in the nuts and bolts world, where a company comes and buys the merger of two giants, and that merger was bad because the value of the one that they bought got just plummeted right down. So that'd be an interesting. I'd have to do a little bit more research to get a few more examples than just social media companies. But that'd be a fun one to look at. That'd be a fun thing to look at because there are definitely companies that just can't be bought. You can't come in and replace management or fire management and integrate them into your systems and have it work really well. But then again, a lot of times in the merger and acquisition world, it's either two turds that are merging together and hoping to knock some stink off of each other and turn themselves into something beautiful, or it's one really good company and one really bad company, and the really bad company has assets and the good company needs those assets, so they just buy them as like, we want you for your server space, and they just bought them for the server, or we want you for your office space, or we want you for your patents. We don't give a crap about the rest of the stuff you do. We just want your patents. So anyway, yeah, maybe I'll do a show on that one day. That'd be interesting. Maybe. Do I like Freddy's? I like Freddy's. I've had Freddy's a few times. We don't have a lot of them here in Texas, or at least not a lot of them around where I'm at. But the handful of times that I've gone to Freddy's, I have enjoyed it. I believe they make a really good shake, but I can't remember. Speak free while you can. Nobody's taking away anybody's free speech. It's just nonsense, Mike. You say made more money buying back his companies. Yeah, that's a perfect example right there. I mean, hell, Steve Jobs did that. You know, when he got shoved out of Apple and he comes back and takes over Apple again, and then I mean, that was a weird time because they had asset managers at Apple that was basically running the company as a mature company, and it wasn't growing anymore, and they forced Jobs out because he was still trying to innovate. But that's probably a bad example. But yeah, I mean, you sell the company, you sell it highly leveraged, or you sell it to somebody that's highly leveraged. They try to maximize cash flow. They fail, go bankrupt. Then you can buy it out of bankruptcy for pennies on the dollar that you sold it for. That is a it's not easy to do it. It's not easy to do it, but it's definitely a thing that can be done. In fact, that happens frequently in the funeral home business, where the funeral home operators sell the business to a consolidator, and then either they or somebody else comes back 5-10 years later and buys it back from them at 80% of or the same price that they sold it at. They sell it for $150,000. They come back and buy it 5 years later for $150,000. It shouldn't cost the same 5 years later. But, the consolidator doesn't care about the business itself. They just care about the cash flow they got from the business. But anyway, people couldn't run as companies, so they ranked. Yeah, that's it. That's we should worry about merging more. We should worry about fewer and fewer companies holding more and more share of the market. We should absolutely worry about that because that is a greater and greater and greater challenge, because then you have fewer and fewer and fewer people basically controlling the market forces in and out and all that stuff. Oh, yeah, crushing the value of the company. Yes, indeed. All right, Jen, you go. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. Who can we call if we need? You can always. My phone number's on the website. You can always give me a call. I can't promise you I'll be there to bail you out, but I can definitely post a picture of a bale of water on my on my medias and stuff. Favorite casual fast casual dining place? That's a good question. And what we'll do is copy this link, put it here in that thing there, pin that message to the top So favorite fast casual dining. Okay, so I like Chili's. But I hate the Chili's around the corner from my house because that Chili's is a fucking dumpster fire. It is an absolute fucking dumpster fire. You go there and you walk in the door and you see like they have you ever been to an apartment with a roach infestation and you open up the pantry door and you hear them scuttling around and rushing away? That's what this Chili's is like. But it's not roaches. It's the host, the hostess, the servers, the manager, the cook, the bartender. Like they all you walk into the Chili's and it's like they're fucking running for the back room, hiding. I swear to God, they're hiding from their damn customers. You go in there to get some food. All I want is some honey chipotle chicken crispers and mashed potatoes and a cob of corn. That's it. It's not much. You drink of water. That's it. Just a glass of water. That's all I really want. I don't want a whole lot of anything. I'm not going to take your time too much. You don't even have to talk to me and act like you're interested. I don't care. I just want my honey chipotle chicken crispers and I want to eat them in peace. Leave me alone. I can pay for the bill at the table. That's it. That should not take an hour and a half. And these people, they're like, oh, I've got important stuff to like that. Like I know their Facebook page isn't going to check itself. But Jesus Christ, the least you could do is show me to my table, take my order, and then go to the back and start checking your Facebook page for the next 5 minutes while they cook my chicken crispers, and then take the chicken crispers to my table while they're still warm, and then go back there and just leave me the fuck alone for the next 15 to 20 minutes so I can eat my food in peace. That's it. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm not asking for you to hold my hand. I don't need you to tell me what your day was like. I don't even need you to ask me what my day was like. I just need you to give me my food and get the hell out of here. You don't need to come and like scrape the crumbs off the table. I don't need you to give me bottle service for the wine. I don't need you to be a professional server. I just need you to bring me my. In fact, I'm happy to go back there and get my food myself. If it's such a fucking inconvenience. But they frown upon that. They don't want you to go back there and get your own food. But I promise you, I would have absolutely no problem putting my order in, getting up off my big fat lazy ass, walking back to that silver counter, grabbing my own food and bringing it back to my table. Because I tell you, I don't mind tipping waitresses or waiters at a restaurant where it's busy and the service sucks. But when it's me and 3 of my closest friends from the neighborhood sitting scattered out throughout the restaurant, and you got 4 servers and 3 customers, and you still can't get food to the table when it's warm, I really, 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 really have a problem giving you 15% of my bill because you didn't do shit. And what you did do wasn't good. I absolutely and sympathetic to waiters and waitresses who are doing the very best they possibly can. A busy environment, you got a lot of food, you take the order, you walk in the back, you remember what I ordered you. We got a table of 4 people. You're like, that, gotcha, no problem. Y'all do good work. It's not easy to do. It's not simple. It's not rocket science, but it's not easy. I absolutely grateful for it. And I'll normally go 20 or sometimes more, mostly because I'm just lazy on the math side. And I'm just like, I'll round everything up. Fuck it. I don't care. But so help me. Oh, God. I got to go get my own drinks. You don't tip them at Taco Bell when you get up and get your own damn drink. You don't tip them at Taco Bell when you got to go get your own hot sauce. You don't tip them at Taco Bell when you got to go get your own silverware, if you have silverware at Taco Bell. You don't tip them when you walk up to the counter and get your own food. Why? What? That restaurant. And I'm not saying this is all the restaurants. Absolutely not all the restaurants. This is this one fucking Chili's right up here on the Sam Houston Tollway. These people are the absolute worst. I swear to God, my dog could be the manager of that restaurant and he would do better than the people at that restaurant because he at least knows how to be attentive when people want something. And you're like, hey, Wally, come here. He'll come. But these waiters and waitresses at this particular Chili's, you're like, hey, send flares up, throwing stuff at them, trying to get the goddamn attention. You got to go to the back. You literally have to go into the back of the kitchen and go, hey, I was looking for Donna or Mitchell or whatever the name of your stupid server is. Like, I'm looking, where are they at? because and they're like, oh, let me go find them. And, then they get on their phone. Like, you got to get on your phone to find these people? Are you kidding me? No lie. Swear to God. I called from my table. I called that restaurant from my table in order to get my bill. Kid you not. Because, you need water. You just get up and go get your own water because nobody's in there to stop you. But I swear to God, I called up the Chili's. The Chili's. I call them up. I'm like, yo, guys, I'm over here at the table by the window, and I waved. I'm like, can I get my bill? I haven't seen my waiter in 15 minutes. Is it cool? And they're like, yeah, well, and then they hung up and they walked over and said, we're sorry. I'm like, you should be. Can I just have my bill? I don't need your apologies. Just give me my bill. I need to leave. By the way, fun flex to do if you're at a restaurant, you're getting shitty service, just call the restaurant. You've got a phone on your hip, just call them. That is a great way to voice your disgust with the manager and not make a scene, and B, a great way to get better service for the rest of the night. But, you can't blame the waiter if the cook is bad. You can't blame the waiter when the cook is bad. But if the food shows up cold, you absolutely blame the waiter. And if it's busy, you need to be sympathetic. Like, you need to be nice to your servers. Like, seriously, you don't need to be in it. They have a hard job. They're on their feet all day. They deal with assholes like me and you and everybody else. They're not working in a low stress environment. They are working hard and they're trying their best. All right? Absolutely take care of your servers. Unless they're really bad, like legitimately really bad, because, just like there's some musicians that are auditioning that you need to look at them and say, look, you really need to brush off your accounting degree because you're bad at this. You really need to look at some servers and go, you could DoorDash instead of this, or I don't know, childcare. Go work at a preschool, because you don't really have to do anything most of the day when you're at a preschool. I mean, there's moments where you have to do stuff, but for most of the day, you can just sit there and, let the kids like roll around on the floor or whatever they do in preschool. Because it's not like they're learning anything. They're preschoolers. They're babies, whatever. You're not going to teach them advanced math. You're not teaching them chemistry. They're learning to draw and which one is green. That's what they're doing. And let's face it, most of those kids aren't going to grow up to be rocket surgeons anyway. It's a low risk. You just got to make sure that they survive the day. That's really all you're doing. I mean, come on. That's not fair. There's some very good preschools. There's some very, very good preschools. And you definitely want your kids learning stuff in preschool. By the way, y'all are welcome to come and join me. Get me out of this. Safety Duck is in the house. Cheers, my man. Oh, I didn't email you. Yeah, I got a bottle of the rye and a bottle of the bourbon for you. Absolutely. I owe you an email. I'll send it to you in the morning. Promise. Good night, Jen. Good night, Jen. Yeah, exactly. Twitter's worth more than ever, and that's what he's going to tell people when he takes it into bankruptcy court. To be completely fair, I hope he pulls this thing off. I really do. I hope he pulls it off, but I'm skeptical. I'm 100% skeptical as to whether or not he can. I'm skeptical as to whether or not he's capable of doing it, because there has to be a revenue stream to pay for the debt that he took out to service this company that he valued at a like 35 or 45% premium of its actual value. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull it off. It'll be really cool if he does, though. It'll be really cool. Yeah, it'll be really cool. I hope he does. I do, and I'm rooting for him, but we'll see. I don't like eating at the bar. I like eating at a chair, at a table, like a civilized person. That's what I like to do. That's my preference. Um, run by a kangaroo. No, it's not run by a kangaroo. Kangaroos are very intelligent creatures. The people who run this particular restaurant are complete and fucking idiots. So yeah. um, yeah, and see that's the thing. I don't like eating at the bar. I don't like eating at. I like eating at a sit down table where I can mind my own business. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to have a conversation with a bartender. I don't want the bartender constantly hovering over me. I don't want to be bothered when I'm eating. And, like I don't mind the waiters and waitresses just disappearing. I don't mind it at all. I prefer it, as a matter of fact. I want them to go away. I want to read my book. I want to take my notes. I want to make my phone calls. I want to, look at my Facebook and YouTubes and all the shit. That's what I want to do. Is my time to myself when I go at lunch by myself or whatever. When I'm there with friends, I want to talk to my friends. I don't want to have to entertain a goddamn waiter or waitress. I don't want to do that. Like, bring us our food. Make sure we have drinks. We're good. Thank you. What are the specials? Thank you. Appreciate that. See you in every 15 minutes or so. That's it. That's all you need to do. You're good. It's a hard enough job just making sure we have the stuff that we need. Being our liaison to the kitchen. And, it's a hard enough job. That's it. You don't need to entertain me. I can do that myself. We're good. But at least do that. At least do that part. Yeah. Calling for the check. Yeah, it is. It's I don't like doing it because it means it's been it means by that point I've gotten kind of annoyed, but yeah. They don't deal with assholes like you. I don't actually I don't actually go out to eat as much as when I worked at the bank. It was, lunch was somewhere every day. It wasn't always at a sit down restaurant, but it was somewhere every day. But it was yeah, it was, yeah, I don't do it nearly as much as I used to. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, Nightbot. Appreciate that. I don't know about you, but I'm not really interested in seeing anybody's dick pics. Much less his. I don't give a shit about his dick pics. That doesn't bother me any at all. The bartender is there because it's the best server. Well, if he's a bartender, he's not a server at all. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get that. It's cool. But yeah, exactly. Thanks for my nachos. Now go away. Don't talk to me. I appreciate the good service. Now do not come back ever. Yeah, I think the bartenders in these places usually make the most money anyway, so that makes sense. Usually a promotion. That makes sense. I get that. But there you go. Okay, so let's talk about what's coming up this week. This is the week of what is this? December 4th. So we've got Same Old Circles on Friday. Coming into the distillery for like the third or fourth time. Same Old Circles coming into the shop. They will be playing this week, this Friday. What else do we have? What is going on here? I'm looking at the schedule on my phone, trying to figure out what's going on. There'll be I'm being distracted looking at my schedule over here. Yeah, Same Old Circles on well, let's see. First off, Wednesday. Wednesday's the first thing up. Wednesday we've got our happy hour. Thursday we have trivia, and then Friday we have Same Old Circles. And then after that, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then Saturday. I don't have anything planned Saturday, but next week, Zach Neal Zach Neal. Well, we've officially booked Zach Neal. He will be joining us. If you don't know who Zach Neal is, get cultured, you fucking degenerates. Jesus. He is an up and coming artist here. In fact, I've got his promo information right here in front of me. We'll start advertising this tomorrow. CHNEIL. Zach Neal is what? Charlie. Your cat stumbling around like Chuck? No. Joyce? No. Looking for the name that I need. All right, bear with me while I find this dude. I'm like in the process of writing the promo information. Zach Neal. Boom, here we go. Zach Neal, winner, Male Artist of the Year at the 2022 Texas Country Music Awards. He has 40,000 enthusiastic social media followers. He comes from Beaumont, which is about 90 minutes away from Humble. He is found on Apple and Spotify and has racked up over 712,000 streams. He has opened for Robert Earl Keen and Randy Houser, 4 top 40 singles on Texas radio, and was the Emerging Artist of the Year at the Texas Country Music Awards in 2021. And we were able to trick him into coming to the distillery to perform. I am so super duper excited. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look up some Zach Neal music on the YouTubes and see if we can play a little bit of his music. I'll probably get hit with the banhammer from the YouTube tool sax, but that's fine. Let's see here. Zach Neal. Oops, misspelled Neal. How do you misspell Neal? Excuse me. Okay, so here's one. All the Pretty Horses. Let me share that page. Share screen. Chrome tab with audio. Will this work? All right. Snuggle. Add. See if this. What should actually go? It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. I haven't been lost yet. I haven't dropped anything. Looks like. Okay, here we go. We'll just put it in for just a second because I don't want to get ruined here. I'll wait for. Here we go. That's the sound. There's Zach.
Tore through the fences because I had to run. More to do.
He's got a very mature sound.
Wilder.
All right, enough of that. I don't want to keep it going for too long. All right, stop. I don't want to get dropped by the gods of YouTube. You're doing copyrighted music. You're not allowed to do that. Fuckers. Bacon already rocked the ladies. What? There you go. All right. Yeah, that's Zach Neal. We've got this really kick-ass performer coming next Friday. Friday a week, 2 weeks from now. 2 full weeks. All of this week, all of next week, Zach Neal. But in the meantime, we have Same Old Circles who've been here before. They're great performers. I love them. I absolutely love them. And then after that, we have Christmas, and then New Year's, and then we'll be back at it on a very regular schedule. So I really don't have a whole lot of time between now and then to get my 360 hours. I need to have a video go viral is what I need to do. Something that gets like 95 million hits or something like that. Me getting up and farting or something. And everybody's like, you farted. What's that? Yeah, there you go. Put this here. Hang on. You know what? I got another banner. Whew. Fucking ask me anything. Drop your questions. I'll do whatever. What's this? Oh, at least it's in jail tonight. I forgot about that one. What's this one? She ditched us 2 weeks in a row. I don't remember what that one was about either. That had to have been for a trivia night or something like that. What's this one? The strategic. Oh, I remember this. This was when I was doing Conquest of Nations. I failed that. That was a disaster of an attack, and we did. I ended up losing the entire game. I completely got my ass handed to me after that. 230 with the new label reveal. No, you know, there's another thing to remember about burritos. I mean, we know that Chipotle is terrible. Freebirds has the refried beans. You can also get regular beans at Freebirds. You have that choice. Mission Burrito doesn't give you the choice. But there's an Irish burrito joint down the way, Woodforest Hills Drive, up the way on Tennessee Road, right around the corner from the distillery. Really, it's an Irish burrito place. They do exactly 239 whole beans. They don't do the refried beans. They do exactly 239 beans in their burritos. Every time you order a burrito, whether it's a large burrito, small burrito, extra large burrito, doesn't matter. 239 beans. And that's because, and there's a reason behind this. There's a reason behind it, and it has to do with them being Irish burritos and not Mexican burritos. But the reason being, because if they add one more bean, then it would be too farty. Thank you very much. Too farty. Thank you. The Irish beans have 239 because if they add one more bean, it would be too farty. Oh, and I carried y'all along on a whole 5-minute thing to get there. Goodness. I kind of do have the whole month planned out. I mean, I kind of work 3, 4, 5 weeks in advance. But once I get to the end of the month, it's like, I don't know what. Same Old Circles will be back in January too. I just don't know which week they're coming back yet. Just gave away $10,000 to streamers with huge chests, and I'll be. Yeah. Worst cocktail I've ever had to make. The worst cocktail I absolutely hate. Like me personally, I hate Bloody Marys. I've yet to have a good one. But I've always done mixes, so I'm still going to try one more. The one that I've made voluntarily, I did it for a cocktail corner show. I did the Mountain Dew. You mix Mountain Dew and whiskey. That tasted like death. I hated that. That tastes like sadness and misery, and like you've just given up on doing nice things for yourself, and you were just like, Mountain Dew and whiskey, whatever, fuck it. That was fucking terrible. I made a margarita using. I grabbed margarita mix, but it was light margarita mix, diet margarita mix. That tasted like shit. I made the margarita, shake, poured it out, took a sip. I'm like, ugh, what the? Take it like, ugh, what is this? This is, ugh. And I poured it out, and I looked at the bottle of sweet and sour mix, and yeah, it was like sodium free or light or whatever. It, like, instead of simple syrup or whatever they had in there, it was just, I don't know what the hell they had in it. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. when I was a bartender, there was a couple of times I did a cement mixer, which is a terrible drink. Don't drink cement mixers. Don't make people drink cement mixers. They're terrible. But Jesus Christ, it's been 30 years now almost since I've been a bartender. And I was only a bartender for like 6 months. Almost 28 years since I've been a bartender. I was only a bartender for like 6 months. The British version of Bloody Mary that uses whiskey instead of vodka is just as bad as a regular old margarita or a regular old Bloody Mary. It is just as bad, if not, I mean, maybe slightly worse. But Bloody Marys are already pretty terrible. They're already pretty terrible. But I am going to give them one more try. I do have one more iteration of the Bloody Mary that I want to try before I completely write the Bloody Mary off forever. And that's just a basic from scratch tomato juice, Worcester, Tabasco, black pepper. That's it. Just gonna go to straight up basics and see if there is such a thing as a Bloody. I keep trying to say margarita. See if there is such a thing as a Bloody Mary that doesn't completely taste like you made bad decisions last night. Looky. There we go. We have an eruption. We have the eruption. There it goes. Booyah. Kasha. All right, so that's going to be up there for a few minutes while it heats up and then collapses down. And we've got probably another hour before we get bubbles, but that's fine. You're welcome. Good Lord. If you like cement mixer, got to try turkey sandwich, but the worst low proof low proof on the rocks. Good Lord. What happens if I push that? What does that do to the it gives me starred comments over here? I have a thing with starred comments. That was dumb. So I guess I could just kind of go through and star a bunch of comments like so, and then come back here to starred comments and show those off. So I could like be watching them and then come back and that's neat. I've never done that. That way I could come back and comment and talk about them later. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. But I am almost out of water. And I also found out that I can that I've uploaded a bunch of videos. So I can do this test pattern to end the show. Do that. I have a different countdown. Gives me a 10-second. That gives me a 10-second countdown there. And I also, way back when, I recorded this 39-second intro to the show. Check this out. Notice the bottle was not pointed to the camera the right way.
It's showtime, baby.
My beard was much darker back then, too. And while I was doing that little diversion, I starred this one. The substitute gin for vodka in their Bloody Mary. Speaking of, what would we call it? That's a good question. What would a bloody gin be called? Bloody Debbie? A Bloody Jenny. Why not Bloody Jenny? A Bloody Jenny. Give me a Bloody Jenny, mate. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one, maybe. Introduced my lovely wife to the gin and tonic today. Brought home a bottle of the gin that we make at the distillery, our Flower Moon gin. Do I have a bottle back here? No, I do not. So, and she bought a bottle of Schweppes tonic. And she wanted to have a gin and tonic, and I mocked her a little bit for it. Because it's literally medicine to avoid. So the history of the gin and tonic, it was popularized. Actually, there's a better history of the gin and tonic. Let me pull this up real quick. Proper history of the gin and tonic. And tonic. There we are. So, it's a curious fact. This is what everyone needs to know about the gin and tonic. It's a curious fact, and one to which no one knows quite how much importance to attach, that something like 85% of all known worlds in the galaxy, be they primitive or highly advanced, have invented a drink called the gin and tonics, or gin and tonics, or gin and onyx, or any one of 1,000 variations on this phonetic theme. The drinks themselves are not the same and vary between the Civilonian gin and tonics, which is ordinary water served just above room temperature, and the Gracchalian gin and tonics, which kills cows at 100 paces. And in fact, the only one common factor between all of these drinks, beyond the fact that their names sound the same, is that they were all invented and named before the worlds concerned made contact with any other worlds. This, according to Douglas Adams in The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. But also, here on Earth, the gin and tonic was popularized in Great Britain, in the Empire, the Imperial Great Britain, in India, if I'm not mistaken, when tonic water, which had it's tonic water with gin, and the tonic water has a compound in it that repels mosquitoes. And I'm trying to remember what that compound is that repels the mosquitoes. I'm sure y'all know it right off the top of your fucking head, but I can't remember what it is because I don't think about this every day. What's the tonic in tonic? What's the tonic? It is quinine. That's what it is. The quinine repels mosquitoes. So the Brits would drink tonic water, which tastes like shit all by itself. But in order to make the tonic water taste better, they would add gin and a little bit of lime. So the birth of the gin and tonic, the popularization of the gin and tonic, was to fight mosquitoes and, have a little drink while you're at it. Not only in India, but also throughout Africa, but mostly in India. And then they would bring that drink back to England, where the gin, the English gin, eventually surpassed Scotch as the national drink of England, which is also why you have Bombay Sapphire Gin, and not Spodden Sapphire, distilled London gin, and not Chinese gin or Australian gin or Kenya gin or whatever. It's Bombay Sapphire Gin because it was popularized in India and the English Empire. But that all said, it's still, it's an easy drink to make. If you do it right, it tastes good, which is to say, if you can't hardly taste the gin. But if you use a really good gin, it tastes even better. So it's a very simple, very easy drink to make. Great history behind it. Absolutely fantastic history behind it. And if you live in a place like Houston that has mosquitoes 4 months out of the year, it's a great way to avoid getting bit by mosquitoes. If you drink a lot of gin and tonics, the mosquitoes aren't going to mess with you. So it works very good that way. So maybe gin with Bloody Mary mix would be a Ginny Mary, Bloody Ginny. There we go, a Mary Ginny, Bloody Mary, Bloody Ginny. We'll go with Bloody Ginny. Yeah, that's it. The Little Debbie, the snack cakes. Oh my. I wonder if I would have used British bacon in the Bloody Marys I used to make at the restaurant I worked at was in England. British bacon. What the hell is the difference between British bacon and regular bacon? Inquiring minds want to know. Other than the fact that it was from Britain. And that's another thing about Bloody Marys. People get very creative with it. It's almost like a whole damn snack. You get a Bloody Mary, and it has like the garnish is like a foot long garnish coming out of the thing. It's got the celery and a couple of shrimps and a thing of bacon, a couple of pieces of bacon jammed in there, and what it's like a whole like thing, pineapple slice, and like it's a whole damn like breakfast. Yeah, I mean it is. It's a breakfast drink, but I mean, damn. If I'm feeling bad enough in the morning that I have to drink one of those, I don't want to work for. I don't want to work that hard. Just it's like just give me a damn drink and leave me alone. Ugh. But I guess I'm not much of a social drinker. I mean, I am a social drinker. Obviously, I drink with my friends. We hang out. We listen to music. We drink. And that's the definition of a social drinker, right? But also, when I go to the bar and when I go do stuff, sometimes I just want to be fucking left alone. I'm a grouchy drinker. I don't know. Depends on my mood, I guess. Sometimes I want to hang out with people, perfect strangers. I want to hang out with perfect, complete, and total strangers and have a couple of drinks. And sometimes I just don't. I want to sit and smoke my cigar and drink my drink and leave me alone. And what's really cool is I've got bars that I can go to where I can do either or. I go sit in the bar, not in the bar, but I can sit outside on the patio, smoke my cigar, relax, just kind of get some peace and quiet and relax. And then I can go inside and talk to the folks and hang out and cause some trouble and go back outside and finish my cigar and drink my drink. And yeah, you don't have to, nobody has to be one thing. You don't ever have to be one thing to people. Fuck people. They don't get to define you. You define yourself. You be whatever you want, whatever you want to be it. You want to be a unicorn? I mean, sure, whatever. You want to be a park bench? Go right ahead. A Denny's Grand Slam Bloody Mary. Whoa. That'd be a waffle. What is a Grand Slam? Eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes, right? Eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes. That's the 4 parts to a Grand Slam. Does a Grand Slam come with toast? Is it toast instead of pancakes? Hey Siri, what's a Denny's Grand Slam? I can't remember.
But what I found from fandom.com. Denny's Grand Slam is a breakfast
meal. Denny's makes delicious. I love Denny's. I forgot how much I like Denny's. It's been so long since I've been to Denny's. 2 buttermilk pancakes, 2 beef bacon strips, 2 sausage links, and 2 eggs. Pancakes, bacon, sausage, eggs. 4 Grand Slam. Bing, 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 bing. The Denny's around the corner is probably is my. God, is that my favorite fucking casual dining restaurant to go to? I mean, we always go to Cracker Barrel at the beginning of our road trips. Is Denny's my favorite restaurant? I mean, I like going to Denny's. They make like I don't like going. Oh, I'm just kicking my can all over the place over here. I mean, I like going to Denny's. They've got the breakfasts are fantastic. I like Denny's better than IHOP. Straight up like Denny's better than IHOP. Because you go to IHOP and they're like, this is our menu of pancakes. Yeah, 50,000 pancakes. And you get fruit on all of them. Like, I just want fucking pancakes, you assholes. It's a house of pancakes, not a house of pancakes and shit on your pancakes. Just pancakes. I just want pancakes. Do you have pancakes? They're like, yeah, it's over here on the back, a special order. If you just want a stack of pancakes, it's right here. If you just want that, if you just want that, you pauper. Like, fuck you. All I want is some fucking pancakes. Do they come with eggs? No. This is the International House of Pancakes, not the International House of Pancakes and Eggs. If you want pancakes and eggs, you have to go to Denny's. Plebe. Fine, I'll go to Denny's because you know what they serve at Denny's? Eggs and pancakes. And I don't have shit on my pancakes. It's just pancakes. And I can put the shit on my, and it comes with butter and it comes with sausage and not raspberries and fruit and peanut butter and all the other crap that you idiots put on your damn pancakes. It's just Denny's breakfast. That's it. And at the International House of Pancakes, they are liars. It is the International House of Pancakes and lies. I don't want lies with my pancakes. I just want pancakes. And you would think with a place called International House of Pancakes, you could just get pancakes. But no, you have to sift through a 45-page menu and get to the very back where it says, if you want pancakes by special order, ask the chef. I don't want to have to do that. If I want pancakes at the International House of Pancakes, I should be able to go in the International House of Pancakes and say, yo, number 3. And they're like, show thing, flop, 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 3 pancakes. There you go. Done and done. Coffee, boom, hot, done, finished. But they don't do that. They don't do that. At least they don't do it last time I went, which was probably 15 years ago, to be quite honest. Waffle House is a fun place to go to. Waffle House is a great place to go to at like 2 in the morning. Although Denny's at 2 in the morning is like Waffle House at 9 in the evening. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, because you go to Waffle House and like the chef, the dude at the fry cook back there, the dude at the griddle, he looks over his shoulder at you. You know, you're talking to the waitress right there. You like the bar, the countertop right there. You're talking to the waitress and you talk to her like, it's been a tough day. I just want some eggs, ham, and a waffle. I'll go with I'll go with pancakes. It's a Waffle House. You probably get a waffle. You fine with that? And the line cook looks over his shoulder at you. Let me do this right. You do your order and stuff, and the line cook kind of looks over his shoulder at you. He's cooking over here. He looks over his shoulder at you. And he goes back to, and sure enough, your plate shows up with a pancake, and you get a couple of waffles and a pancake. Because he throws a couple of pancakes down there because he heard you. You had a tough day. He'll do that for you. That's what Waffle House gets you. You get a little bit less eggs, a little bit more pancakes because he heard you. And he's like, yeah, that dude's having a bad day. He needs a little bit of something. And, you'll get your waffle. The waffle's like the size of a Texas belt buckle. But you also, he'll hook you up with a couple of pancakes. The chef at a Waffle House will hook you up because he's been there. He's been there. He's been in the same place you've been all day long. His whole life has been that day, that day that you've been having. That's been his life. And he's like, I feel you, bro. I'll hook you up because he knows what it takes. If you're honest with your waitress and he's listening, he'll hook you up because he knows what it takes to get through a day. He knows what it takes because he's had a day. He's had more than one, again and again and again. He's had a day. He knows. And that waitress there, there's always two waitresses at a Waffle House. There's always two. There's the one who is older and isn't putting up with that shit. She's not putting up with that shit. She'll entertain you and your stupid jokes, whatever, but she's not putting up with that shit. And then there's the younger one who hasn't been broken in yet. She hasn't, like, her dreams haven't been crushed or anything. She's like, nobody was working in a Waffle House because they want to. But she's there and she's working there and she's like, I'm just trying to get back on my feet, trying to get everything under control, everything so I can go back to junior college or wherever the fuck that she's coming from. She's taking a semester off so that she can get her, she had an accident or her mom got sick or her baby got sick or something. She had to stop and she had to go to work and she's working at the Waffle House just to make a little bit of money on the side. But what she doesn't know is that this is just like month one of the next 43 years of her life. She's going to be there forever. She just doesn't know it yet. So she still has hope. So there's always these two waitresses there. There's the one who's been there for 25 years and has another 20 years to go, and the one who's been there for 3 months and she's got another 43 years to go. And then there's probably a manager, but you never see the manager. You just never see the manager. But then there's the line chef who knows what he knows what you're going through, and it's fine. It's fine. You're talking to the waitress. The waitress comes up. If it's the older waitress, let's call her Chloe. Well, it wouldn't be Chloe if it's the older waitress. It'd be Janet if it's the older waitress. Chloe's the younger waitress. Janet comes up. She's like, "What do you want?" Because it's not smoking's not allowed in the Waffle House, but they don't care. What do you want, sugar? And you're like, Janet, I'm on the road. I'm 1,000 miles from home. She's like, just get on with it. What do you want? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm still thinking. I definitely want some coffee. Can you bring me some coffee? She's like, yeah, you want it to be decaf? And you're like, yeah, it's late. If you're okay with that, decaf, is that okay? Do you have any fresh? She's like, nope, you're going to get regular coffee. You're like, all right, thanks for asking at least. I appreciate that. And she comes with a regular coffee and a juice because she understood that you were having such a shitty day. You've been traveling, you're on the road, you're tired, you're a little bit frazzled. She's like, this will kind of take the edge off the caffeine. I'll be back for your order in a minute. You're like, all right, thanks, Janet. Appreciate that. And she goes off and she's doing whatever, but she gets caught up with another customer. And so Chloe's the one that actually comes and takes your order. She's smacking on her gum. She's not smoking. She's smacking on her gum. What you want, hon? And you're like, okay, look, Chloe. It's late. I don't want to eat too much, but I can't decide between a waffle. I mean, I'm at a Waffle House, so I want waffles, but I kind of want pancakes too. But I definitely want eggs and ham. And that's when the cook looks over his shoulder at you. And he goes, and you don't even hardly notice it. You're just like, hey, how's it going, man? But yeah, sure enough, she puts in the order for the waffle and the ham and the eggs. And you get a side of pancakes because the chef goes, hey, I accidentally put down some pancakes. Anybody want some? And you're like, oh man. He's like, yeah, you want some? And he just slides it across the counter to you. And you're like, well, fucking hell, that's awesome. And that's why you go back to the Waffle House, because it's stocked full of people that are having the same kind of day that you're having that led you to go to a Waffle House in the first place. Because nobody goes to a Waffle House because they want to. You go to a Waffle House because it is the destination of last resort. Whether you're working or whether you're eating, it doesn't matter. The last time I went to a Waffle House, I swear to God, a truck backed into the front door and shattered the front door with his tow hitch. Kid you not. He was backing up into the parking lot, into the parking space, and his tow hitch on the back of his truck hit the door and it exploded. I mean, we're talking million tiny shards of glass. It just exploded. And Janet was like, what the fuck? And Chloe was like, oh my God. She was freaking out because she ain't never seen anything like this. And the son of a bitch just drove off. We saw him lean his head out the driver's side window and he shook his head and he took off. And I'm sitting there at the counter. I saw this happen. I'm like, that guy needs to come into the Waffle House and have a damn plate of food, because that dude is having a day. Of all the people, like me and the other dude in there, and the other dude was in there. Who was in there? The other dude, he was in a. He was straight out of Central Casting. He had a vest. A khaki vest, plaid shirt, red and black hat. Not one of those, just a trucker hat. Look, like this, red and black hat. And he was just like, the whole time he was in there, he never picked his head up. He was just like, his food was right here in front of him. And he was just... Because you never go to a Waffle House voluntarily. You go to a Waffle House because you have nowhere else to go. Whether you're working or whether you're working or you're eating, you go to a Waffle House because it's what's open. You talk to when I talk to my comedian friends, they're like, yeah, we get off a show at like 2:30 in the morning. We go to a Waffle House, and that's exactly who's there. The line cook, he's probably done some time. He knows what you're going through. The Janet and the Chloe, they're the ones there at 2:30 in the morning. And you don't go to a Waffle House at 2:30 in the morning because you want Waffle House. You go to a Waffle House at 2:30 in the morning because you're in Missouri fucking City and nothing else is open in Missouri fucking City. They don't even have a Denny's. That's why you go to Waffle House. You go there because they don't have a Denny's. If they have a Denny's, you go to the Denny's because Denny's makes delicious pancakes. They make a Moons Over My Hammy sandwich that is just to die for. You get the sandwich and you get French fries. Are you kidding me? Yes, please. They've got the Grand Slam. They've got the Lumberjack Slam. They've got you can get pumpkin spice pancakes if you want to. During the month of October, you can get pancakes with shit on them if you want to, but you don't have to. Not like International House of Pancakes that just forces you to sift through all the garbage on top of your pancakes to get to something that you have to order by request, and it doesn't even come with eggs. It doesn't even come with eggs. Like, come on, you're telling me you're the International House of Pancakes and it doesn't even come with eggs? Like, oh, we're just pancakes. Well, fuck you and just your pancakes. I'm gonna go to Denny's because you know what? I think Denny's might be my favorite casual dining restaurant. I think it just might be. I mean, I like Chili's, but I also like Denny's. I mean, I'm not going to eat breakfast at Chili's, but I'm also not going to eat dinner at Denny's. Unless I'm eating breakfast for dinner. And then I'm going to go to Denny's. So I think Denny's might edge out Chili's because I can eat Denny's in the morning. I can eat Denny's after I go to a bar, and I can eat Denny's in the afternoon and in the evening. I can eat Denny's all day long. I could go to Denny's 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and eat the same thing. Oh yeah. I think Denny's might be my favorite restaurant. They also serve burgers at Denny's, unlike International House of Pancakes that famously. Oh, and welcome back, Enrique. International House of Pancakes that tried to do International House of Burgers, but famously shit the bed when they tried that. I dislike IHOP because their logo is blue. My logo is blue. Hey JLM, cheers, welcome everybody. Destination of last resort, better than the hotel. Hot Russian exit I stayed at in Reno. Destination of last resort. Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong. Waffle House makes fantastic food. Absolutely fantastic food. Every time I've gone to a Waffle House, it has been just fantastic. And I'm telling you, I don't know what they do to the ham that they serve, but it is just amazing. It is amazing. The ham and eggs and a waffle is the best meal, one of the best meals you can ever have. That may be if I ever get sentenced to the death penalty, that may be one of the meals that I order or one part of the meal that I order for my last meal. Ham and eggs and waffles, because that is something. But I've never voluntarily gone, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to a Waffle House. That's what I want. I haven't gotten my keys, gotten my wallet, and said, I'm going to go eat at a house. I'm going to go eat at a Waffle House. It's been, well, I've got to eat. What's available? Well, I guess I'll go there. Okay. It's never I'm going to go eat at a Waffle House. It's, well, I guess I'll just eat at the Waffle House then. There was a convention that I went to in Peachtree, Georgia. which is a suburb of Atlanta. And I was joking with my coworkers that Peachtree, Georgia sounded like some just fucking generic suburb. And it was going to be a dreadful. It was my 40th birthday. Was it my 40th birthday? 45th birthday? Can't remember. It was like in the summer, in June, during my birthday. Like my birthday happened during the convention. And I was joking with my coworker. I said, I bet this is, I was staying at a Comfort Inn or something like that. I said, I bet this is just a generic fucking suburb. And, my hotel was in this parking lot. I said, I bet in the strip center around my hotel is, and I whipped off a Target. There's going to be a Target. There's going to be a Home Depot. There's going to be Kohl's. There's going to be a Best Buy. There's going to be a bunch of restaurants like a Chili's and a Red Lobster and just the generic chains, and they're all going to be closed at 9:00. But I guarantee there's also going to be a Waffle House because this place looks and sounds like sadness. So I guarantee there's going to be a Waffle House there too. And sure enough, I get there, I get stuck in traffic. God, on the first night there, on my way to check in, I get stuck in traffic. I miss the check-in. I miss the reception. Everything's going wrong. My birthday's the next day, so my license is about to expire. So I had to deal with that at security. Them looking at everybody in security at the airport saying, your license is going to expire. Like, yeah, I know. I'll get it dealt with when I get home. I can't do it here. Blah, 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 blah. So it was just a general shitty time, right? God, it had to have been my 40th birthday. It had to have been. God, Lee, that was so long ago. Anyway, it was just like, everything was just like going wrong that day. And because everything was going wrong, I got there and sure enough, Home Depot, Best Buy, Kohl's, there was all the places, a Target, there were all the places in the generic strip center with the big box stores and all of the little standard issue chain store restaurants. It's almost like, when they open up one of these big stupid big box chain centers, they just like pull out a Rolodex and like, okay, we need set number C. And they just like fly in all of the generic standard ones for set C. Then they look up, we did C last time, let's pull D. They pull up D and it's, a Target and a Best Buy and a Target, Best Buy, Kohl's. And they pull up set C and it's Kroger's and a Lowe's and anyway. So all the places were closed. I'm exhausted. I've been at this point, I've been traveling from Houston since noon, and it's about 9. Traveling from Houston since noon. So I left the office, get everything packed up, head to the airport at like, I think it was like right after lunch. So it was like 2:00 I get to the airport. So the flight was going to leave at like 4. And it's not a very long flight to Atlanta. It's like, only a couple hours. So I would have landed there, but then I was stuck in traffic till like 9 and I didn't get to the hotel until like 10 and everything was closed. Of course, everything was closed. Peachtree, Georgia, everything's closed except for the Waffle House. And I got in my rental car. I went over to the Waffle House and I sat down to that counter and Janet comes up to me and Janet, I have been on the road for 10 hours. I'm so hungry. She's like, I don't care a shit what you've been doing. What do you want to eat? I said, I love you. Just bring me some coffee, please. That was probably the only time I had a premeditated decision to go to the Waffle House. Like I had decided before I left that I was going to go before I came home. I didn't think it was going to be under the circumstances that I went, where I literally had no other choice but to go to the Waffle House. I really did think that at some point, like I was going to get up and go to breakfast at the Waffle House, like I was going to do it because it was going to be something like, you know, it started off as a joke. Like, you know, me and Colin, we were joking. I'm like, dude, I guarantee there's a Waffle House. I'm going to go. And there's going to be these three people who are always there. And it turns out, even though it was a premeditated decision to go to this Waffle House that I wasn't sure was there, but I was pretty sure would be there, it still ended up being a restaurant of last decision. It was still the destination of last resort for dinner that night because I had no other options. I had no other food available to me. Excuse me, no other options available to me. Everything was closed. And I was completely drawn thin that night. And yeah, I still ended up going to the Waffle House as a destination of last resort. And that food was fucking delicious. It was so good. Oh my God, it was such a good night. Even though it was a miserable day, it was capped off with a great night with the destination of last resort, the Waffle House. And sure enough, there was a Janet and a Chloe, and the line cook. We'll call him Lester. Lester, the line cook, and it was, yeah, it was absolutely worth it. One of the best meals I've ever had. Because I felt like a convicted criminal that was on my way to death row. Good Lord. Okay, so what we got? Some Denny's have a bar. Oh yeah, there's some Denny's that actually do. Even here in Texas, you can get a beer and wine at Denny's. Never been to a Waffle House. Oh, you've got your shit together. Glad you've got your life together. Ram's Horn. Never heard of Ram's Horn. They don't have those around here. So there was a period of time here in the Humble area where they were opening up a Waffle House and a Mattress Firm store like every week. They opened up. It felt like every week. They had a huge expansion of Waffle Houses in the Humble area. They opened up 1, 2, 3. Now, mind you, Humble is a small town, 15,000 people. It's not a huge place. It is in the center of a suburban metro area, bedroom community northeast of Houston. So Houston is 2.5 million something people. Humble is 15,000, and the little communities around Humble is probably another 150,000 or so people. But inside of Humble, the city limits of Humble proper, about 15,000 people. And then the neighborhoods around it, the suburban areas that are really Houston suburbs, but they're kind of attached to the Humble, extended Humble area, about 150,000 people. So we're talking Kingwood, Atascocita, Summerwood, Fall Creek, Bordertown, Friendswood's on the south side of town, Deerbrook, all these areas. Like Humble is the mall, the mall and the old town of Humble. And then there's the Intercontinental Airport and all the other stuff around us. And Kingwood was almost a city of its own right, but it got annexed by Houston before it could become a city. And Kingwood probably has 50, 60,000 people in it. Our little community here has 15,000 people in it, our little subdivision. So there's this big area around. You can find it on a map. It's not hard to find Humble on a map, but if you zoom out a little bit, you see all this area of development all around Humble. Humble proper has 3 Waffle Houses. And the suburbs around Humble have probably another 7 or 8. There's got to be a dozen Waffle Houses in the 4 or 8 mile area between U.S. Highway 59, which is also Interstate 69, and Lake Houston, which is an 8 mile stretch of road there's got to be a dozen, and a stretch of road that's probably a block that's probably 15 miles tall from where I live at Beltway 8 and the northern edge of Kingwood. That's not even 15 miles. That's probably closer to 8. So, and a 64 square mile block, there's something like a dozen Waffle Houses, and they all opened up between 2019 and 2021. And it was kind of a running joke. We're like, what are they building here? That's either a Waffle House or a mattress firm. And then, there was a period of time where there was a couple of HEBs that were being built. So it's probably an HEB with a mattress firm and a Waffle House inside of it. But yeah, they went through a huge expansion. I don't know where I was going with that story, but that's the story. There's a lot of them around here, is what I'm saying. Joe's Crab Shack. Yeah, they used to have. What did they turn Joe's Crab Shacks into? I think they converted a lot of those into like brick house taverns or something like that. I don't remember what. We used to have a Joe's Crab Shack over here. I don't know what they turned it into. It's been a while since I've been over there. Imagine I'm doing the marketing for Waffle. You do the slow pan of the camera. The door opens up and the slow pan of the camera across the counter. Slow pan going across the counter, and the Lester, the line cook, turns his head and goes, "What's up?" And you come in, you sit down at the counter. It's a full POV type of thing. You sit down at the counter. Janet's walking your way, and it just kind of fades to black. It says Waffle House. We know why you're here. That's why we're here. And then it's Waffle House. We know why you're here. That's why we're here too. The restaurant of last resort. Oh God. But like Janet's walking towards you. She's got like the white hair that's been dyed red, so it's kind of pink. And then Chloe's over there with her baby like actually on her hip because she couldn't get daycare that night. She couldn't get a babysitter that night. That poor baby's up at 3:30 in the morning, the same time as you. And it just pans across, and there's Lester, and you're like, and it fades to black. Waffle House, just accept your fate. It's just one night. Or Waffle House, it's just one night. We're here for you. Waffle House, you could do better, but not at this hour. Oh, that's a good one. You could do better, but not at this hour. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Since you have no better options. Oh God, yeah. By the way, Waffle House, we're open for sponsorships too from you. Arby's, Taco Bell, Waffle House, Chipotle. Come on, we're bringing. We will happily do ads if you are so inclined. Tonight's episode was brought to you in part by Chipotle, now diarrhea free. Tonight's episode brought to you by Arby's, because your hunger is stronger than your memory. Tonight's episode brought to you in part by Waffle House, because you have no better options. Oh God, yes, that would be awesome. Tonight's episode brought to you in part by Taco Bell, because hey, let's face it, that's not the worst thing you put in your mouth today. Oh, goodness. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Freebirds. I mean, hey, I legitimately like Freebirds. Points for honesty, Bacon. Good job. This cough is bothering me. It's getting troublesome. Very, very troublesome. So, it'd be advertising like it would be advertising like the movie Crazy People. I don't think I've seen the movie Crazy People. Let's face it, it was either this or walking through the drive-thru at Taco Bell. This or walking through the drive-thru of Taco Bell. That is great. Waffle House. We've got our license suspended too. Oh Lord Almighty! This is like Lisa would be shaking her head very, very disappointedly. Like, you're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. That's wrong. Don't do that. At least let me have my fun. Oh, Christ Almighty! All right, it's midnight. Midnight 22 is what it is, actually. I think we should probably wrap up. God dang, we've had 28 people come through the stream. Let's look at the channelytics, the video analytics, rather, from Studio, because I find that to be interesting. I don't know why I find it to be interesting, but I find this particular screen right here, I find this screen to be interesting. Oop, that one right there. Add new stream. This tab there, free. This one there, it's frozen. It's frozen. Why wouldn't it be frozen? Oh, okay, gotcha. There it is. That's the screen that I like. I like looking at this screen. I always have this screen up when I've got OBS running. We do our Friday nights live. I like watching the graph, the different. We had almost 9 people at one. Anyway, it's probably time to close it down. To be quite honest, it's late. I'm tired. Dudley Moore was in it. Wow, what's the name of the movie? Crazy People. All right, let that out. Stop sharing. I'm going to check that movie out. Crazy People. Got it. There was the other one. What was it? Thank You for Smoking, which was like the tobacco lobbyist, and that was a fun movie to watch. Very interesting, among others too. There was another one. Oh God, it was about selling cars. Not that movie. Geez. Had Ving Rhames in it. Movie about selling cars. I think it had Ving Rhames in it. Selling used cars. The Goods. That's what it was. The Goods. That was a surprisingly good movie to watch, but it was from 2009. And it was I'm hesitant to say it was a good movie, but it was definitely entertaining. And it was the same stupid movie trope where, have to have a big blowout day in order to save the car dealership. It was an Animal House with Animal House with used cars, but it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Seen that screen before? No, it's stream at least. Oh, this one, the live streaming. It's the YouTube studio screen. So where it is you go to where is it? You can create a highlight video. Oh, I can create a highlight video straight from this. Oh, sweet. That's stream markers. So it's in YouTube. When you go to nope, this is the one I want to show. Nope, cancel that. When you go to the create video tab, Jaguar handies for women. So the way you get to that is I can do this on, this is fucking awesome. So go to the add this to stream, see what I'm talking about. Over here? No, over here. This one. All right, so up here, where the create button, you say go live. Where you go live, then you hit this, you click on the link to the title, and that brings up that the section. And shit. I don't need to have them both open. Share this one. But yeah, it's for me, I usually have it in the background. And I'll flip over to it and look at the data, the analytics, mostly so I can look at the health of the stream and stuff like that. Because I'm a big data nerd. See the stream settings, enable auto stop. Oh, it doesn't have auto stop enabled. That's funny. It should. Can I enable it now? No. Enabling also automatic stop stream when you stop sending data. No, I don't want to do that. Cancel. But see, I have an excellent connection right now. Analytics, stream health. Look at my stream health. This will tell me all the warning messages I get from my stream health and stuff like that. It says it is very healthy and very excellent. So yeah, that's the stuff that I look at in the background of my streams. So there you go. But I think it's time to wrap it up. I do. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I have a long day tomorrow. Going to be visiting several restaurants and bars in the Humble area, dropping off information for our whiskeys, and prepping up at the distillery for many fun times for the weeks to come, and then going to FedEx and printing up a bunch of flyers and passing out the flyers for people for our Friday night show, so we can get people to show up. I've got appointments and hours that I need to keep tomorrow as well, because I've got 4 bottles that I'm selling to a customer across the street. So I need to be there when they're ready, which is right between 3:30 and 4:30. So just the general hustle and bustle of a local entrepreneur trying to do his thing and get another at bat. We'll do this again next week. I enjoyed it. It was fun. We had good conversation. Next time we'll have some people come up. The link's right there, by the way. So y'all don't want me to quit yet. I can give you another, well, it's 12:30. I can give you another 30 minutes to an hour, I guess. But I really should. Wrap it up. Shout out to Square Table Degenerates. His Cleveland Browns beat the piss out of my Houston Texans. But that's not really a big fucking deal, because the Texans suck out loud. I forgot to tell the story about the time a midget peed on me. That'd be for next week. I'll save it till next week. But y'all got to remind me, because I'll forget. Because it's not something you think about every day. Would be absolutely hilarious is if that Chili's near you wound up serving your whiskey. Yeah, I would not be surprised. It's it's local management and they can actually do stuff like that. But there is a Chili's closer to the distillery. That Chili's is close to my house. There's another Chili's closer to the distillery. And I will be making the rounds to that Chili's as well. See, here's the thing with a lot of those corporate chains, their bar makeup, their bar content is decided further up the ladder. So, oh, hey, look, speaking of further up the ladder, we got Bubbles. Bubbles! But the local bar manager can decide what out of the list of possible drinks, what possible spirits and alcohols to carry at the bar. They have their baseline that they have to have because they have their cocktail menus, right? So they've got their whatever Presidente margaritas, Chili's margaritas, Jack Daniels that they have to have for their whatever shitty cocktail they make with Jack Daniels. I don't know. Tito's vodka, whatever it is that they have to buy that comes down as an edict from on high. But then there's the other stuff that they do that they can add to their bar separate from that. And I mean, it would be absolutely hilarious because, of course, I changed my story to, don't go there to eat, go there to drink because the bar is great. The eating sucks. You'll never get food. But they went through some tough times during the pandemic. They really did. They went through some tough times. They didn't have enough people going to the restaurant to support their wait staff. So they had to get rid of their wait staff. So they didn't have enough employees to support a rush of people. So they're like chronically understaffed at this point. They are chronically understaffed. And the 4 or 5 people that they do have on staff are just exhausted all the time and they don't want to talk to anybody. So that's not an excuse because it's, like I said, it's not an easy job, but it's not impossible. Like fucking just give us our chicken tenders and go away. It's fine. You got one other table to take care of. Go harass those people, but harass somebody so that, you're at least out on the floor and we can see you. That poor restaurant. And see, here's the thing: where all the other restaurants in the area have recovered and they're fully staffed and they're rocking and rolling, this one is chronically understaffed and continues to be understaffed because they've had this like bad reputation for 2 years now, where they're it's hard to get service and it's hard to get service, so you stay away, so they don't hire people for full shifts, and they don't hire people for full shifts, so they don't have people on staff, and they don't have people on staff, so it's hard to get service, and it just I don't know how to break the cycle for these guys. But I do know one solution. They could have my whiskey at the bar, and then they would have enough people at the bar all the time to help subsidize more employees, help subsidize more employees, and then they could have an extra waitress or waiter on the floor at all times. So then, it could help alleviate some of that problem. So yeah, I can make that pitch to them. Say, hey, your restaurant has got problems. Let's talk about this. Let's solve your problems. I think I figured it out. Old Humble happy hours right here at the bar at Chili's. Let's go. Yeehaw. But anyway, so that's my busy day tomorrow. And of course, I'm, the only one with a busy day tomorrow. So I'm selfish and I'll just have to deal with me. No more asking me anything. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys this week. We'll jump back out on this on Wednesday. I'll come up with a topic between now and Wednesday. Maybe it's finally time to do a show about Hunter Biden's laptop. It'd be a short show because nobody fucking cares. There's nothing to talk about. But I am curious to find out what all the hubbub's about, so I can dig into that dirtiness and find out what's going on, so that you don't have to muddy up your search history. I can muddy up my search history and make my search history a mess. Buffalo Wild Wings was in Seattle. Sorry not to see it go down in flames. I hope you mean proverbial flames and it didn't actually get burnt to the ground. David Bass is in the house. Cheers, David Bass. Welcome to the party, my man. He's showing up at the party as the keg is floating. Goodness gracious. Daryl Hannah Dudley Moore, Crazy People. I wonder, is it on Amazon Prime? Amazon Prime, Crazy People, Amazon Prime. Let's see here. Watch Crazy People, Prime Video. Hey, it just might be a free. Oh, nope. Rent it for $3.99. Buy it for $12.99. Let's see here. Where else can it be watched? Anywhere else? Crazy People DVD. Crazy People. Let's take it out of Prime, off the search for Prime, and see what Crazy People. It's a song by Casting Crowns. Interesting. Crazy People movie. Watch the movie. Where is it at? YouTube watch from $2.99. Google Play $2.99. Redbox $2.99. Vudu $2.99. Amazon Prime $2.99. Apple TV $3.99. Apple TV, get your shit together. Good Lord. Looks like it's on YouTube Movies. That's the preview, but only for buy or rent. Well, it sounds like a fun movie, but I don't know if it sounds like a $3 fun movie. I like the free movies. Those are good. Free 99. Those are my favorite kind. Saw a movie, a preview for a movie today that I'd seen before. Dave Builds a Maze. Great movie, Amazon Prime. Great movie, very surreal, kind of a comedy horror flick. We watched it during the pandemic when I was on my watch whatever shows up on Amazon phase. We just like grab 3 movies and we watch a triple header every day because we had nothing else to do. But there you go. It's after midnight. I need to do. What happened? Did I lose video? What's going on here? YouTube is doing something wacky to me. What's going on, YouTube? There I am. Project 360. Get back up here. There we are. Okay. I was having issues on my monitor screen there. So wait, probably cheaper to buy a used DVD for them. I just resell it and give it away. That means I'd have to like crack out my old DVD, or I could use the Xbox, I guess, to watch the DVD. I'm not gonna. We'll see. It sounds like a fun movie. But I'm sure it'll be free in a few months. So there we go. That's it. I'm done. It's 12:45. I can push this for another 15 minutes. Should I? I don't want to. Should I? Another 15 minutes, be 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours live. Okay, yeah. We'll go till 1 o'clock. I've already extended 1 hour. Look at me. I need water. Where am I going to get some? Oh, I know where I can get some water. We got. This is 45% water, or I'm sorry, 55% water. So there's that. That'll work. I just need to wet my whistle a little bit. My mouth is parched. I'm dry. dry. And I don't want to walk all the way over there to get water because it's like all the way over there. I used to have like a water fountain in here somewhere. I think. Maybe I had some. Do I have water down? I need to hang my Christmas festivity stuff. Ugh. So many things to do. What's in here? Oh, did I show y'all? My newest award and accolade? Look at this. Taste of the Town, best beverage. There were 3 beverage companies, us, Spindletap, and Ingenious Brewing, and we were named best beverage in our Taste of the Town. This is a big fucking shot glass. Love it. Love it. Super duper excited about that party. It was a fun time. Anyway, okay, so what? Yes, they're boxy. Yes, they're safe. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Didn't they? Wasn't that Volvo's? Wasn't that their marketing line for a few years? Like, yes, they're boxy, but they're safe. I thought that was. I swear to God, I thought that Volvo had something like that. Volvo. Yes, they're safe. I thought that was like their marketing line for a while. But that may just be what we joked about them. Anyway, doesn't matter. Not worried about it. I watched a commercial for a rival whiskey company on Hulu yesterday, and it got me to thinking, well, we could do Hulu. Maybe I'll advertise with Hulu in the next 36. How many days? 365 days. Jesus Christ. All right. Y'all got to give me one thing to talk about for 15 minutes. Give me a topic. Come on. Any topic. Give me a topic. I feel like Brockmeyer. I need a topic for my next monologue. Give me a topic. The one that got away. Oh, let me tell you about the one that got away. You know what? Better still. What is this? I got a book here. This book is Weird and Unusual Trivia. That's what we'll do. My next monologue will be out of the Weird and Unusual Trivia book. Portrait of a Killer. Here we go. Portrait of a Killer. Though some argue that humans are the most dangerous creatures on Earth, the distinction usually belongs to a tiny common insect. Nope, don't care. Talk about the mosquito. What is 9 Strange Will and Testaments? Let's go. Somebody give me a number between 1 and 272. 1 and 272. Actually, between 5 and 272. 5 and 272. Oh, what kind of cigars do I like? Well, 3. I like 3 cigars. There's 2 major national brands, the Rocky Patel and Alec. What is it? Alec. What is that? What is that one called? Alec. Shit. ALEC cigars. It's Alec Bradley. Alec Bradley. That's what I'm thinking of. And then there's one out of California called Divine Leaf Cigars that make fantastic cigars. Absolutely. Yeah, Alec Bradley. But Divine Leaf is top of the line of all of the other 2. Those 2 national brands, they're good. They are top. They're top-notch national brands. But Divine Leaf is head and shoulders above the other 2, without question. And they are mostly available on the West Coast, but I think they're available on Total Wines too. There's like one shop here in Texas, one shop here in Houston where I can find it. Okay, so this is a fun Weird and unusual trivia fact about sushi. The process of fermentation. Oh, wait. Where are we at? Completely. Okay. Sushi, the hallmark of Japan's fast food nation. While a combination of fish and rice has been a mainstay in Asian cuisines for millennia, sushi, as we know it today, began with an entrepreneurial mind, lots of street carts, and a little bit of sumo wrestling. Ooh. I could not find this to be more boring. 233, right? That's what. Oh, you said 223. Let me go back to the right page. 223. I don't want to talk about sushi, but this is going to be food facts. 223. There we go. Mustard? Munchie mythology. Here we go. Food. It's fodder for the best urban legends and old wives' tales. Myths range from complete nutritional nonsense to gluttonous celebrity gossip. Are you one of the gastronomically gullible? Let's find out. Bad raps. Myth. Chocolate causes acne. Truth. No specific food has been scientifically proven to produce pimples. Not chocolate, pizza, potato chips, or french fries. Acne's true cause is a buildup of dead skin cells within the pores. This can be triggered by hormones, environment, and heredity, but not by a Mr. Goodbar. Myth. Mayonnaise is a major cause of poisoning outbreaks from picnic foods. Truth. Commercial mayonnaise is pasteurized and, thanks to ingredients like salt and lemon juice, has a high acid content that actually slows the growth of foodborne bacteria. Improperly handled meats and veggies in picnic salads and sandwiches are more likely to be your number one salmonella suspects. Brown is better than white. Myth. Brown eggs are more nutritious than white eggs. Truth. Brown eggs come from hens with red earlobes, and white eggs come from hens with white earlobes. Okay. Crack through the outer shell, and brown eggs offer no better nutritional value, taste, or quality. Why are they more expensive? Brown eggs are usually a smidge larger in size. Myth. Brown sugar is healthier than white sugar. Truth. Brown sugar is simply the ordinary white table sugar that's turned brown by the addition of molasses. While molasses does contain certain minerals, calcium, potassium, iron, and magnesium, they are only present in negligible amounts. The real difference between brown sugar and white sugar is only apparent in the taste and texture of your baked goods. And also a song from the Rolling Stones. A lie your parents told. Myth. Coffee will stunt your growth. Truth. Research does not support the notion that drinking caffeinated coffee will hinder your height. That doesn't mean coffee belongs in a child's diet. However, some actual adverse effects include belly aches, nervousness, headaches, rapid heartbeat, and insomnia, all of which make for one crabby kid. You know, there was a time before caffeine. Think about that. There was a time before caffeine, before you woke up and drank a pot of coffee. There was a time when you woke up, got dressed, had a beer, and went and worked in the fields. Like pre-16 something. Hey Siri, when was coffee invented?
Here's an answer from Wikipedia. The earliest credible evidence of coffee drinking as the modern beverage appears in modern-day Yemen in southern Arabia in the middle of the 15th century in Sufi shrines where coffee seeds were first roasted and brewed in a manner similar to how it is now prepared for drinking. The Yemenis procured the coffee beans from the Ethiopian highlands and began cultivation. By the 16th century, the drink had reached the rest of the Middle East.
So there you go. There was a point in time in history, in modern history, like recorded history, before which there was coffee. And I guess if you think about it, it makes sense because it's not like we needed to know what time it was. We didn't need to stay up all night doing work. We didn't need to keep our brains stimulated while we sat still and worked on numbers and stuff. You know, because people aren't exactly falling over sleepy and bored when they're guiding oxen or cutting logs I mean, you could go work with a hangover, but you didn't go to work like tired. you start swinging an axe, you wake up pretty damn fast. Unlike, you're doing accounting, you come to work, you're kind of groggy, you come to work and you're like, I could sleep right here. I mean, you can't do that when you're swinging an axe. You can't do that when you're driving oxen. You can't do that when you're plowing fields. You can't do that. So there was a time before which we had coffee, before which we needed coffee, because we were doing manual labor. And manual labor, you don't really need coffee unless you just want it. You don't need it. I find that to be fascinating because I've never lived a day in my life without the knowledge of coffee existing. But there was a time, and there was a period in time where there wasn't a caffeine source to get you through your day. You didn't need to know what time it was when you were out working in the field. You just needed to know how high the sun was, because the day's getting short, shadows are getting long, make hay while the sun shines, all that shit. So, I just find that to be interesting. The third shift was made possible by the pot of coffee. You would drink, you would have a beer in the morning, a beer in the afternoon, a beer in the evening. You didn't have to be stone cold sober to run a plow up a field. Hell, the oxen were doing all the work. You didn't have to be stone cold sober to stand behind an oxen. You didn't have to be stone cold sober to fell a tree or to hew some lumber or anything like that. You didn't have to be stone cold sober for that shit. But for third shift, you needed to be sober. You can't be drunk working third shift. You're going to fall down, fall asleep. Something to think about. That's all. Wolf Brothers were smokable cheap cigars. Let's catch up. Brand type. And the cigars I like, hang on, these are the ones I like. The types of cigars I like. I got them over here somewhere. Everything was moved because we did some cleanup and stuff. These are my Rocky Patels that I've got. I like the full size cigars. I like the feel of them in my hand. I don't like those little cigarellos, those little baby cigars. I don't like those. I want a full sized. Yeah, I don't want it to be so big that I don't need that. Somebody did clip that for me. Thanks. I want to be able to hold it in my hand, smoke on it a little while. If I need to put it out, I'll put it out, come back to it, save it for later. Yeah, those are the size of cigarettes that I like, or the big. I don't know if there's an actual term for that. I don't know if there's an actual. All cigars are Toro. Is that a Toro size? Is that a size? Cigar Toro. Yeah, that's a size. So I like the Toro size cigars. Toro Bull, big like bull. I like so all of these are Toros that I got. Two-way humidity control. Neat. So yeah, these are all Toros. I have two left in the sample pack that I got. One's a little bit longer than the other by just a little bit. So those are the cigars that I like. And I am not a cigar aficionado. I am not. I can't. I'm learning, but I'm not. I'm learning the the language and the differences and all that stuff. But I'm a guy. I just sit down and I smoke a cigar. That's it. Like, what you got? I'll smoke it. That's fine. Whatever. I'll try and like pay attention to it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about them to be able to predict what it's going to taste like based on what I've read. If I read all the stuff, I'm like, okay, that sounds neat. I have no idea what I'm going to get. Oh yeah, they had tea. They had tea, but it was it wasn't the same. Like, yeah, but yeah, they had tea, but it wasn't all the same. It wasn't necessarily the same. Not the same way you get that coffee. Like, coffee is mainlining, but brown sugar is great for candied bacon. You are correct. I agree 100%. Not a business BX used to carry them. The first things invented was beer used fermented grains used for or fermenting in order to clean water. And here's the thing about alcohol in the water. The beer in the water, which was alcohol and water, or wine and water, alcohol water from grapes or alcohol and water from grains, that served to sanitize the water and get the microbes and dysentery causing bacteria out of the water. But when they made coffee, it was even more effective at sterilizing the water, because boiling the water was even more effective than adding alcohol to the water, because the alcohol was only at 10% or so, tops 10%. But coffee, you boiled the coffee. You fully boiled the water to make the coffee. That served to make even cleaner water than before. So coffee not only allowed for a second and third shift indoor work, machine work, computational work, office work type of work, sedentary office setting work, but it also made cleaner water. It also made for a healthier population, because there was fewer disease outbreaks from improperly sterilized waters. So fascinating as far as the history of coffee and how civilization and industrialization grew up with coffee, and how coffee supplanted alcohol as just a common drink to give and have. Get out of work, the sun hits you, then you can't sleep unless you get the same shift. Fuck. Yep. So would molasses and bacon be good? Yes, it would. We're trying acid cigars by Drew Estates for cigar ever smoked with their 1400 cc. Interesting. I usually go to the cigar shops and I look for a little sample pack from some company like this. Last one I got was Rocky Patel. And to be honest, the reason I like Rocky Patel and Alec Bradley are because they were the last two that I bought. I have one in my bag that I think is I don't have my bag close. I don't even know what the brand is. I have one in my bag. I've had it there for a month and I haven't smoked it yet. Waiting for an occasion, I suppose. But Divine Leaf is probably the only one that I've had that I recognized a specific unique flavor, and I want to come back to it because it had that unique special flavor. So there you go. Some high test homemade wine. We may have used refined sugar to do it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You add sugar to it to make some. If you're going to make it, high proof, high test wine, you have to add sugar to it to give the yeast something else to eat, because fruits can only have so much sugar in it as a percentage of the water. So there you go, guys. It is now 1:00. It is time for me to go to bed. I cannot stay up till 3:00 in the morning again. I have to go to bed. We'll do this again next week. Click on the link next week and actually come up. We'll have a lively conversation about some fucking nonsense. I don't know. Actually, I think next week I want to do a conspiracy show. I want to know what people's nutty conspiracies are I'm curious. I want to find. I don't buy into conspiracy bullshit, but I want to know what they are. I find them to be entertaining. But we can do that next week. We'll do that next week. I'll put out a post like, come on Sunday, bring me your conspiracies. Let's talk about them. And then I'll be the voice of reason and rip them to shreds and be like, well, if it's going to be a conspiracy, why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense. Why? Why would they? That's a lot of resources involved to do that. Why? How? When? Plus, we know what conspiracies look like. We know what actual conspiracies look like and how they unravel. And when they don't unravel, that's usually because they didn't exist. So there you go. Don't forget to subscribe. Old Apple Distilling Company on the YouTubes, but you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all the places while they still exist. And that's where we make our announcements for special events, where we're going to be, how we're going to be, what we're going to be, and when we're going to be. So cheers to all y'all. Thank you so much for help supporting me in my quest for 360 hours and my Project 360 latest installment. We'll be back next week. Next week, we might have a topic. Not just thank you but we'll have the link. You can come join me. We'll do stuff, and maybe we'll play a game. I don't know. Would you like to play a game? I don't like this shirt. My black shirts I like much better. Anyway, cheers, everybody. Good night. Be awesome to each other. Think with your old brain. Love your whole heart. Where's the test pattern? That's it. Good night. Bye.